Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Steins, where, in the last episode, after what looked like to be a rather hectic Rynet Access Battlers match between Faris NyanNyan and the infamous viral attackers who have become the scourge of the Rynet world, Faris managed to pull out a huge turnabout victory and is now the two-time Grand Champion instead of the former champion, due in part thanks to the earplugs that Rintaro had acquired, at her behest I might add, because unfortunately she lost the first time, and unfortunately it looks like Mr. Black Peacock here, by the name of 4 Degrees or Shido, isn't too happy about his loss. It's the bald spot guy again. We already know who you are. What does he want now? Probably to cause a fair amount of trouble. I realize the men surrounding us are all dressed like 4 Degrees. So are all these guys viral attacker underlings? 4 Degrees' gaudy white teeth shine.
Championに言いたいことがある。ガイアが俺に物言いをつけろと囁くのさ。
Well, at least this time he's not calling her a former champion. And of course, he would protest the fact that you lost fair and square.
このメス猫がよ、さっきの相手の心を読めるって力。一体どんなイカ様を使ってやがるんだ。
Says the man whose underlings and who indulges in cheating.
イカ様などのはずがない。貴様らこそ姑息な真似をしていたではないか。
Indeed.
フェイリスはあなたたちみたいな卑怯なことはしないにゃ。
だとてめえ、この黒の貴公子である俺は伊達悪界の神に誓ってイカ様なんかしねえ。それ以外の方法はどうかわかんねえけどな。
So you say, but I'm pretty sure those other things do involve cheating.
いいか、汚れた白きシャム猫。俺は負けを認めねえ。最後のチェンジディレクトリだってイカ様だ。
Well, it's not her fault you got played with not 1 but 2 virus cards. She actually played you fair and square.
証拠がないのに適当なことを。
知らねえと思うから教えてやるぜ。この俺が黒といえば黒。それがライネットの真理なのさ。
You were truly the bane of Rynet's existence, 4 Degrees, and I think the world would be better off without you in it. The Rynet world, that is. These guys came here to make completely false accusations, as they do. Doesn't look like they'll take no for an answer. Also, something has just come to mind, at the fact that those other things may involve being an internet troll, in which case you could be the black internet troll. And they've surrounded us so they can't escape, so they're going to resort to physical violence.
ところでてめえの父親は秋葉原界隈じゃ知らねえ者はいないほどの男なんだってな。
Faris's father was involved in the development of the city, yes, that is entirely correct.
ライネット AB グラちゃんはそのコネを使ってスタッフ全員がフェイリスを勝たせるように動いている。ライネッターの間じゃそういう噂もあるんだぜ。
Two things. First of all, I don't think the hip Rynetters would be saying that. And second of all, none of you viral attackers could ever be considered hip in any way, shape or form.
大した悪党だな。てめえはちっとも伊達悪じゃねえ。白きシャム猫でもねえ。
And you just have no elegance in general, evil or not.
泥水の中を這い回る声太った豚さ。
And now you've crossed the line. The crowd grows louder. Beyond the wall of viral henchmen, there's not supposed to be a T after henchmen, but again localization. There are some homebound Rhinet spectators watching from a distance. The virals start jeering loudly.
マジかよ。あまりにもうまくいきすぎだとは薄々思っていたけど、つまりやらせ、出来レースだったってことかよ。
The ones who tried to rig the game are you viral attackers, and by the way, that backfired.
最低だよな、あの猫女。フェイリスってそういう人間だったんだな。汚い、実に汚い。
Once again, that would be describing your glorious leader, 4 degrees.
というわけでよ、チャンピオン。いや、偽チャンピオンのフェイリス。
I believe that's your title, good sir.
ここで土下座してくれ。この黒き明星である俺、シドの前で額を地面にこすりつけて許しをこいな。
I believe they aren't going to let us alone, so we need to get out of here.
王座を返還しやがれ。そこまでしたらやらせ行為については明星に誓って許してやるよ。
You just want to usurp the Rhinet world for yourself and make the game no fun for absolutely anyone.
そうだそうだ、優勝を辞退しろ。てか、二度とライネットアクセスバトラーズに関わるな。
I should be telling you guys that.
ライネッターを引退しろ、ブス。
Jeers fly from the surrounding virals. None of the onlookers approach. I guess they don't want to get involved. What a farce. Yes indeed. How long do we have to listen to this?
行くぞ、フェイリス。
Fortunately, Prince, as much as I would love to hear you stand here and listen to you bluster to me until the death of the universe, I literally have a million better things to do. Like getting out of this place. I grab Faris's wrist and force our way through the surrounding virals. And through the crowds of people, obviously. As we run from the place, I look back and see... No good, they're on our tail. That's unfortunate. 4 degrees and his group are chasing after us. They're definitely thugs. All we can do is run. And we've got a phone from Daru.
僕だけど。なんだ、今取り込み中だから。
Should probably ask him to send some help.
オカリンってまだ会場にいる？いない。
Yeah, we're basically being chased by the entirety of the viral attackers gang,
フェイリスさんは
basically.
見てないよな。実は炎上中で。
Everything's on fire.
炎上？何が？
So the viral attackers are resorting to arson? Arson now?
フェイリスさんのブログとか、フェイリスさんのファンサイトとかが。
Oh, they're internet arsons, right. The viral attackers must be flooding the net with false accusations. Those scumbags. Always resorting to trollery.
切るぞ。
I press the end call button and run even faster. You know, we could have actually gotten him to help us out in the process. Really starting to regret not exercising more. Just keep running. Just keep running. Gasping for oxygen, I pull Faris by the hand and run faster. Fortunately to no avail. We zigzag through the streets of Akiba until we loop back to the UPX. Faris's home was right next door. Should have gone there first. Indeed, probably would have been the safest bet. Yeah, really starting to regret not exercising more. My lungs are on fire. My legs are aching. This can't be good. Faris tugs at my sleeve, stopping me. I look at where she's pointing, and there I see several unsavory looking young men clad black leather loitering near the apartment building's entrance. Well, our main sanctuary has been cut off. They got here first. Unfortunately, no one wants to stop the crowd that's chasing us. We try to cut through Yodobashi and head to Showadori, but get caught on a route. That sucks. More virals. How many of them are there? Hopefully not as many as certain around us. All we can do is turn back. We won't make any progress if we keep running like this. We need to find somewhere we rest. It's a good idea. The lab. We can manage something if we escape there. We need to get there somehow. Hopefully we can get there and entreat Mr. Braun. Get him to protect us, but the virals are loitering around the lab. There's no way we can get past them. That's unfortunate. Actually, come to think of it, the lab is probably not the safest place, given our past history with CERN. And I think Rintaro's reached his limit at this point. We end up seeking refuge in the ramen shop behind the lab. On another world line, this was May Queen NyanNyan, where Faris and Mayuri worked as maids. Let's go to hiding places anyway. We need to be able to take a breather, unfortunately, otherwise Rintaro is probably going to pass out. May Queen's second floor now seems to be the storehouse for the ramen shop downstairs. Actually, that might be the perfect place to hide. I take Faris's hand and run up the stairs. In the empty room are piles of what seems to be bags of flour, though not much else. Faris and I hide behind one such pile. I just had to yawn there. I just hope nobody saw us come in. Hopefully they don't find us. I take out my phone and open the composed mail screen. You know, we probably should have told Daru in person while we're still running around. I sent Daru an SOS. Faris and I are hiding above Ramen Tasaburo. It's mostly empty with some sacks of wheat flour. Nothing that looks useful as a weapon, and nothing big to hide behind. Viral attackers are chasing us, and I don't think they can be reasoned with. Normally I'd have no trouble taking on all of them, but I can't use my full strength with Faris nearby. Call us a taxi, pronto. Sending mail. Mail sent. Hopefully he gets this. But at least now we have a reprieve. It's hot as hell in here. Where's a Dr. Pepper when you need one? This running is maybe thirsty. Indeed, but unfortunately, May Queen no longer exists thanks to the fact of Faris' D-mail basically getting rid of Moe culture altogether.
Yeah.
And apparently Faris overheard us.
Yeah.
Pay no mind. I just said the first thing that came to mind, but Faris looks at me strangely.
なんで京馬はここに開く予定だったメイド喫茶の名前を知ってるにゃ
Looks like we're going to have to explain things in great detail. Because obviously in this world line, since May Queen doesn't exist, it is, yeah, almost certain that Faris should be the only one who knows. But fortunately Rintaro remembers the previous world line thanks to the gift that is reading Steiner.
でもそっか、ホームページに少しの間だけオープン告知とメイドさん募集要項を載せたことあったにゃ。京馬、それを見たのかにゃ
that's a good observation. Unfortunately, no dice, Faris.
開く予定だったのか。
フェイリスが企画して会議にも通してほとんど決まりかけてた話なのにゃ。
So apparently, Faris was the one behind the organizing and development of the maid cafe, which is not really surprising, given what she said in the previous world line.
でも最終的にパパにダメって言われて企画がなくなっちゃったにゃ。
But unfortunately, Faris' father for some reason nixed the idea.
はあ、パパもとんだわからずやだにゃ。フェイリスに店を任せてくれてれば、はにゃーんなコスチュームとキュンキューンなメイドさんたちを集めて日本一のメイド喫茶になってたのにゃ。
So, Faris' father is the reason why May Queen no longer exists? I'm starting to connect the dots as to what Faris' D-mail might have actually been. In fact, come to think of it, in the previous world line we never really interacted much with Faris' father. I mean, I know he's a busy man, he's very important, but still, I find it odd that we have never actually, never seen him around.
中野や池袋のお客さんを秋葉に引っ張ってこられたのに惜しいことをしたのにゃ。
Indeed, May Queen NyanNyan did have plenty of customers. The Akihabara I know cater to fans of games, anime and moe culture. The current Akihabara is still the electric town of old. This used to be the maid cafe May Queen, but now it's a ramen shop. And if I remember correctly, Faris wasn't this attached to Rynet access battlers on the previous world line. True, she played unofficially in the form of the Faris Cup, and she was still as skilled as she is in this world line. Unfortunately, due to the fact of running the maid cafe, she wasn't really able to participate in official tournaments.
フェイリス。いや、秋葉ルミホ。
はにゃ。
Now we're being serious, not that we haven't been before.
秋葉原の都市開発計画の会議なんかにも出ているんだよな。
That would coincide with her statement about basically moe culture in Akihabara owing its existence to Faris.
にゃ。出てないにゃ。
And yet Faris is saying now that she doesn't attend any of the conferences. Did she say that before the world line changed? Yeah, she did. Previous world line,
会議には
Rintaro.
パパが出てるにゃ。なのになんでフェイリスが出なきゃいけないのにゃ。
And instead Faris' father, who more sensibly is the one who goes to the development conferences.
逆になんでお前は会議に出ていたんだ。
だから出てないって言ってるにゃ。
That's right. It makes no sense for a high school girl to participate in development conferences much less be the mastermind behind the moification of Akiba, and yet Faris is the mastermind behind the moification of Akiba, and we needed to turn back that way. Moe shops began to spring up around 2002, didn't they? Back then, Faris was still 9 years old. Could this be a clue as to the contents of Faris's Gmail? Most certainly. It's a start, anyway.
レトロ PC の愛好家なんだよな。
Well, he was the one who donated the IBM 5100 to Yanabayashi Shrine, so,
その通りにゃ。
indeed.
あ、そういえばまだ IBN 5100は見つけてないにゃ。
Yeah, and of course, Faris, being entirely into Moe, has no interest in old PCs.
ちなみに、パパさんがレトロ PC を手放すようなことってあるのか？
On another worldline, Faris's dad donated the IBN to the Yanabayashi Shrine. Or was it Faris who did that? No, it was Faris's
それは
father.
ないにゃ。パパは自分が集めた PC はすべて愛してるにゃ。それを手放すなんてとんでもないのにゃ。
So in this worldline, he didn't donate the IBN 5100. That's that could be one of the things about the involved in the butterfly effect. Then why did he donate the IBN 5100? And unfortunately, localization rears its head again.
レトロ PC は持っていないのか？
パパ
I
の
don't
趣
think
味
so.
はさっぱりにゃ。フェイリスはコスプレとかアニメとか可愛いものが好きなのにゃ。
As I thought, Faris is all about Moe culture. The reason the Moe shops disappeared was because Faris didn't participate in the city development conferences. I guess that's what the demo was about.
もし仮にお前が都市開発計画に子供の頃からずっと参加していたとして、
For the sake of argument, you understand.
そうしたら秋葉の町に萌えショップをたくさん誘致しようと思ってるにゃ。コミマを見ればわかる通りオタクパワーはすごいのにゃ。
I believe we've already seen the wonder of your otaku power, Faris.
きっと秋葉は今以上に人がたくさん訪れるはずにゃ。
Indeed, they
それはいい
would.
として、都市開発計画にずっと参加していたお前がもしもう参加したくないと思ったとして、
And yet, for some reason, you gave all that up, despite the fact that you are incredibly into Moe culture.
それを過去の自分にどうやってやめさせると思う？
それは何の心理テストにゃ？
Not entirely, Faris.
単なる例え話だ。
Faris ponders this for a while.
劇的なのがいいにゃ。
That sounds exactly like Faris.
何？
Something Faris would do.
ドラマみたいな展開にゃ。フェイリスはそういうのは結構信じちゃうタイプにゃ。これはきっとパパからの遺伝だと思うにゃ。
Well, your final match in the Grand Championship was certainly nothing less than dramatic. He really has a flair for drama,
だ
this
から
one.
例えばフェイリスが誘拐されるとか。
For example, if Faris got kidnapped or suddenly Faris falls silent. It's a dark room. I can't read her expression.
誘拐？
Wait a minute. Did Faris get kidnapped?
フェイリス？
What's wrong? It seems like she's remembering something. Faris suddenly clutches her head. Something tells me she's not
ねえ、今日フェイリス、この
dramatic.
倉庫に来てから変な気分なのにゃ。小さい頃に一度来たことあるだけなのに。 すごく見慣れてる景色に思えてくるにゃ。
That's rather strange. It seems that Faris feels that this place is somehow familiar to her, even though this is the only time she's entered at the moment. What does this mean? Is she messing with me again? No, this feels too real. Her face lights up, and then she grabs my arm. You mean you remember, May Queen? The force of her declaration stifles my response.
May Queen NyanNyan. 京馬もダルニャンは常連さんだったにゃ。それにマユシーは一緒に働いてたにゃ。
Now this is truly fascinating. Faris NyanNyan is actually remembering the events of a previous worldline. Something tells me that this is a little bit different from, though not entirely unrelated to Kiyoma's ability of reading Steiner. This seems to be something somewhat different. Faris nods.
京馬たちがお店でタイムマシンのお話ししてたことも IBN5100 を探す交換条件としてタイムマシンを使いたいってお願いしたことも
So somehow memories from a previously changed world line are somehow affecting this one.
あとは時間を川の流れに例えるのおかしいって京馬とダルニャンを論破したこととか
Now Faris is remembering events that have never and will never transpire in this particular world.
ラボメンになるために血の盟約を結んだこととか
Sure that Kurisu would be interested to see this phenomenon. I'd almost forgotten those things myself.
D メールの内容は思い出したのか
Now the moment of truth, the question that we desperately want answered. Faris lets out a sigh. Judging from her expression, I take it she remembers that too. Her smile suddenly disappears. Don't tell me that's all she remembers. Oh, no, don't do that. Or was she tricking me again?
思い出したけどこれは取り消さなきゃいけないって京馬言ったかにゃ
Unfortunately.
そうだフェイリスの D メールによって改変された過去を元に戻してやらないと
Mayuri Shina's life hangs in the balance.
ダメにゃ
But Faris is refusing. Faris shakes her head violently and presses her body against me again. We're alone in this dim storehouse. I can feel her hot breath against my cheek. There's no one here to see us. We're safe. I feel myself getting excited by her proximity. No, I need to keep my cool. And it's very lucky that the virals haven't shown up. Hopefully they don't find us at all.
聞いてくれフェイリスこれにはマユリの命がかかってるんだ
マユシーの
Indeed, if we don't reverse the D-Mouse, then we can't get close to the 1%. And Mayuri Shina will die in this world line. Of course, all of this could be avoided so that if we actually got the IBN 5100 and deleted the very first D-mail that CERN intercepted, which would allow us to jump from alpha to beta. But unfortunately, in order to do that, we have to change the other D-mails so that we can actually acquire said
世
IBN.
界線のズレを元に戻して俺が IBN5100 を手に入れないとマユリが死ぬ。
Unfortunately, this is true.
バカみたいに聞こえるかもしれないけどそれが事実なんだ。だから頼む。以前送った D メールを取り消すためにもう一度 D メールを。
フェイリスが D メールで叶えた願いは
The wish that Faris made with her D-mail. Faris cuts in, as if to silence me. Her eyes are wet, reflecting the dim light. Seems she really doesn't want to reverse this
フェイリ
D-mail.
スが叶えたのは
Unfortunately, can't give her any choice.
10年前に死んだパパを生き返らせることにゃ。
So her wish was to save her father who died 10 years ago. That certainly is a rather troubling revelation. Which is definitely going to give us a little bit of pause. No cat pun intended. So that explains why we've never really encountered Faris's father in our world line, and why Faris would end up being the one involved in the development conferences which would lead to the modification of Akihabara. But it seems that as a result of her D-mail, her wish as she calls it, she was able to save her father from a rather tragic event, whether an accident or otherwise, probably an accident, I don't know, which resulted in the current electric town Akihabara that we're in now. Unfortunately, we have a choice in the matter. Well, I say choice, but we don't really have a choice because I meant to say dilemma. We have a a crossroads of sorts. In order to save Mayuri, we have to undo Faris's wish, which means that Faris's father will once again be dead. So this time we have to trade one life for another. That's certainly not going to bode well for Rintaro. But I believe I will end the episode here, and when we return, adventurers, we shall hopefully learn more about the events that took the life of Faris's father back in 2000. As always, until next we meet.